Ever wondered what actually happens inside Linux when you create a user? Assigns IDs, creates groups, creates home directories. Linux silently updates multiple system files, and may even prepare mailbox support automatically. Let's see everything practically. Let's go to our terminal. If you are new in Linux and don't know how to open terminal, then watch our Linux command tutorial video. Let's create a user. Normally user can't create another user. That's why we need sudo before command. This command creates a new user named Techie. But Linux does much more than just creating a username. Internally, Linux already made several changes. When user is created, Linux automatically creates a home directory inside /home. This directory stores personal files, configurations, downloads, scripts, and user data. Linux actually identifies users using numbers, not usernames. That's why every user gets UID means user ID, GID means group ID. Usually, root user has UID 0. Normal users start from 1000. Let's check the home directory what it contains by using ls-la, which show hidden files. We get permission denied. So to avoid that, we will use sudo, means super user do. Here in long listing, these timestamps show 2022 because the default files were originally packaged with Ubuntu 22.04 and copied from /etc/skel during user creation. The three important skeleton files are .bash or C, which is for shell configuration, .profile, which is for login environment settings, .bash logout, which is for runs during logout. These files are copied from the skeleton directory. We now see the passwd file using tail command. If you don't know what tail command do, then please watch the Linux command tutorial video. This entry is added inside /etc/passwd. Fields are username, password placeholder, UID, GID, comment field, home directory, default shell. Earlier encrypted passwords were stored here, but now Linux stores them securely inside shadow file. Now we see the shadow file. The shadow file stores encrypted passwords and password aging information. Only root can read this file because it contains sensitive security data. Now we will use sudo for that. We will see its field in next video in more details. Let's continue with our topic. When the user was created, Linux also automatically created a group with the same name. This information is stored inside /etc/group. /etc/g shadow stores secure group information and encrypted group passwords. Linux also creates a mailbox file for the user inside /var/spool/mail. This is used for local system mail notifications. Modern Ubuntu systems may not automatically create user mail spool files unless a mail service is installed or mail is actually used. You can also create password for that user. This command sets password for the user. After setting password, encrypted password hash gets updated inside shadow file. Now we can switch into our new user, Techie. Wait, where did the username go? Why is Linux showing only a simple $? The answer is hidden inside the user's login shell. This user is using /bin/sh instead of bash. Unlike bash, the sh shell is much more minimal. It usually doesn't load fancy prompt settings. So Linux only shows a basic $prompt. No username. No hostname. Just a clean minimal shell. Now let's check in passwd file about techie users info. And that is the reason behind the missing prompt formatting. So, how do we bring back the normal Linux prompt? Simple. We change the user's login shell from sh to bash. Now the user will load the bash shell, which means Linux can finally display the full formatted prompt. Now let's again switch to our techie user to see what it will show. Finally, we get the fully formatted prompt in terminal. Now let's test our Linux knowledge with some important interview questions. These are the exact concepts every Linux administrator should know. And if you understood this video carefully, you can answer all of them. Question number 1. Where are user details stored in Linux? Inside the /etc/passwd file. Question number 2. Where are encrypted passwords stored? Inside the protected /etc/shadow file. Question number 3. What does UID 0 represent? The root user, the most privileged account in Linux. Question number 4. Which directory stores default user files? The /etc/skel directory. And final question. Which command shows UID and GID information? The ID command. So today we learned what actually happens internally when a Linux user is created. Now you know UID and GID, passwd and shadow files, skeleton files, home directory creation, group management, mailbox creation. This is one of the most important Linux administration concepts for interviews and real-world system administration. And that's what really happens internally when a user is created in Linux. From user IDs to system files to shells and home directories, you've now seen the complete process practically. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more Linux, DevOps, and cloud content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.